Bag's cut on the bagger. Bag time. So let me show you what I've done with the first one. Chopped her off, she's up there. Looks real good. And then I have used the soldering iron, heated and pushed in mesh all the way round, aluminium mesh. It's steel mesh for the inside, alley on the outside because it won't rust. If you were to just bond this into the bag, I'd assume it would fall out and crack. Well, I know it would. Then sanded it all beautifully flush, fillered it, made it all lovely, and then I'm going to put some high build primer on it, make it more lovely, sand it again, and then just blast it over with a little bit of white. I'm taking the other bag off, taking the lid off. I didn't film taking the lid off. If you don't know how to take the lid off of one of these bags, it's 4 torque screws. I've put the other one next to it. I've got some measurements so I can sort of check, double check. But I've done this so that they're sort of together, held together. I can come along, scribe a line up there. That one cuts on that one, blah, 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 same. See if it looks like the piece we already cut off. If it marries up, it's similar size. We know we've done well. So, let's get to it. And now we're going to cut, which is kind of scary. I tried a grinder on the last one. I've actually got a multi-tool, which I think I'm going to try, because I think they're a bit better at cutting plastic and probably not as messy. So we're going to crack that out. So we're going to try this multi-tool, see if it makes less mess and dust. Let's see how it compares to the other one. Word to the wise, multi-tool does work. I will give you that. But what it also does, it throws up some gnarly bits of hot plastic. So wear your glasses, because I now have a burnt eye. Safety squints were not enough. These, I'm not going to lie, look remarkably similar. So I'm really happy with that, because that means we have cut that pretty perfectly. Boop. Then we're going to get a piece of plastic from over here. Place this on top of said plastic. Like so. And then we're actually going to get this to sit inside. And you'll see what I mean in a minute. Take our little marker pen. And see, that's pretty good, so I'm happy with that. And we're going to draw around, up this side of the bag. Get ourselves a nice little line to cut to, and we'll cut that out. And this is actually going to go in from the inside, so we want this to sit pretty much like that. So we've got a little bit more to trim out, just on this bottom corner here to allow this to sit down. But other than that, actually looking pretty good. You want it to be flush with the back. So we're just going to take that bit off. Ooh, she's almost there. Just a tiny bit more off of there. And we are home. Beauty of this as well, if you come up short a little bit, it's okay because you can plastic weld it in with the rods. So you can use bits of plastic sort of as a filler rod. There. Oh yeah. Just a scooch off of there. I want it tight, I don't want it loose. Because you need it to kind of hold itself in there for a bit. Oh yeah. That is, I mean, it's like it grew there. So that's in. What we have got to do now is mess around with the top edge so that just sits in a bit better. Just chamfer the top edge. because you've cut the bag at a sort of angle. So the top edge is chamfered. Oh, we are there. And that is how it should look. In, flush. And we can weld that in. So, I am happy with that. So we're going to get a couple of little tacks on there with our mesh to sort of hold it in and start it. So we're going to get our aluminium mesh. We've got our cutters. We're going to get our soldering iron. So we're just using a normal soldering iron. She started, so that's good. And we're going to cut some slivers of this mesh that are going to basically bond the inner and outer edge. So they don't need to be huge, about 10 mil wide. And they basically become your bridging all down your edge there. So that's a nice piece. We'll get that one in first. And I've done this on both inside and outside, and then I'm also going to put tiger seal on the inside of the other one, just so that we've got loads of strength. You do not want this coming apart as you're riding along and all your worldly belongings falling out your bag, because that would suck. Right, so let me show you a little bit, and then I'll charge the camera, and then we'll go from there. So hopefully when this gets up temperature, it melts plastic. Perfect, it does. So you're going to sit this on there, and you're actually going to melt this in below the plastic line. It doesn't matter that it's all gacky looking, because you're actually going to sand above it anyway. So you want to make sure this is really in there and level. We're going to melt it into the outside of the bag. I mean right in, push it in as hard as you can. And then you can kind of use the soldering iron to go over the top and flatten it back off. That's really strong. So just want to come up here, get a bit at the top as well, so I know this is level all the way along. So you can kind of, this beauty of this alley mesh, you can sort of manipulate it how you want it. We have gone round and welded the whole thing. As you can see, she's solid. So we're going to give her a little sand up. Just take the tool bits off. You don't want to sort of completely get rid of what you've done, because you'll lose all your strength. So you need to do a little bit of sanding, get it flush. Then we'll mix up some plastic filler and go from there. The insides we're going to bond with like a tiger seal, like a window adhesive, which is super strong. Yeah, so let's sand this up. Still super strong. Lovely. Right. Clean this down, get some filler on it, and go from there. Let's go. Fillered. Don't look at my filler work. I go with the whole slap it on, sand it all off process. Works treat on the other one. So let's go with that. This is like a special plastic filler. So it's specifically for like car bumpers. So it should work really well on this. What else have we done whilst we were off camera today? Bled the brakes off again. Now they're really good. They needed a second go. A little bit of a clean up. Took the old exhaust bracket off the start motor, the old exhaust bracket off here, because we're not going to need that with the new pipe. Please hurry up, pipe! I want to ride. And then I made this spacer up here with a nice little O-ring in the end to put the shifter back out where it should be. So that should be a lot nicer on the old foot in line with the board rather than being over there. Yeah, apart from that, polished side panel. She's coming on. We're literally bag paint, exhaust, a nice delivery from Cross Thread Cycles, which do all nice bits, shall we say. And we're there. We just need a dry day and we can take it out. So let's wait for this to dry, sand it up and get them both on the bike and see how she looks from the rear. Whoop! We have baggers cut, or we have bags cut on the bagger. Last night, after you saw about 30 seconds ago the footage of me mounting the bags and them looking nice, I thought I'm going to stay on and paint them so that I could come in this morning and go, here we are, it is almost finished, bar a pipe and a few other bits. A couple of little jobs I wanted to do today and then have a chilled one. Unfortunately, I came in this morning to this. Yeah. The jack had let itself down. My fault, I didn't put the safety bars in. I had a really, really bad feeling that something was going to happen. Well, I didn't have a bad feeling. I had a bad feeling walking towards the garage this morning that I'd forgot to put them in and something had happened. I opened the door and a bike was on its side. So, gutted to say the least, because actually, for its age, the more I cleaned up and polished and machine polished the bike and did bits, it turned out it was really, really tidy. The plastics were really good, everything was really good, and I was going to keep it white. I think we still are for a bit, but we've got a few marks, so it lost some paint here, which is really bad, and a little bit of it's cracked the paint here. I mean, it's all small things. Luckily, the bar end was, it had a bit of floor on it. That did its job. The bar here has obviously clearly did its job. It's got a little mark, so it was okay. The biggest disaster was I painted these and they just needed a second coat this morning, which I've done on this one because I've just rattle canned them for the minute, but it cracked this one. So this one was the second one I did with you guys last night, and I put loads of mesh in that all the way around. And it's clearly fine. It was off over there, so I forgot to actually bolt them to the bike. I just sat them on it, so I kind of threw it off over there. This one's fine. This one had the full weight of the bike on it, and it has broken. It's not come out. I mean, it's solid still, absolutely solid, and it's not going anywhere. It's just cracked them. So I am gonna sand that back and redo those because I don't want that. So that was a shame. On to the second disaster of the day. I used some acid cleaner to clean the engine that does not say on it anywhere, do not put on chrome. It only says avoid plastics, which is annoying. This stuff here, race glaze, alu bright, alloys and steel components, blah, blah, blah. Safe and blah. So went on with a toothbrush, cleaned loads. I didn't bathe it in it. Engine has come up amazing. Unfortunately, everywhere there was chrome touching, so rocker boxes and my cam cover, it has knackered it, which is so annoying because again, it's another little bit that makes the bike not quite as nice as it was. So I'm going to get a new one of those. We're going to get the fairing repainted on the front and the bags painted in white for the minute and leave it. But yeah, I slapped the exhaust on after all this. I thought I need to go out and ride it. I need to make myself feel better and I want to check it over because it's been on its side. So I slapped the exhaust on, or not the exhaust, the old exhaust with no silencer, I will add. She barks. And took her up the road for a play. It rips. Suspension is mint, rear suspension's mint, steering, the seat position is perfect for where I want to be. The only thing I do want to do is get a mirror mounted on this side, little sketchy 271. I thought it'd be okay, but I'm kind of used to using the mirrors all the time. I must use them more than I thought. So I find myself looking for it all the time. So, mirror mounts, if I can. I'll make some billet clamp up or something that goes around the handlebar and kind of just holds it up there or down there. We'll make something that sneaks in there, I'm sure. Yeah, but apart from that, awesome. Did a couple of burnouts, was absolutely fine. Brakes work amazingly and hold the bike fantastically. The keys to glide suspension, awesome. Really good, actually, really nice. Makes a little bit of weird squeak noise, so we're going to keep an eye on that when it travels through the cycle. I don't know if it's just bedding in, everything's tight. Seat is the bomb, just locked in. When I did a little cheeky burnout and a roller, I sat right up on the tip up here and just held me in. Amazing. Like, this gripper material is amazing. I didn't need the seat rest. I sat there and was like, oh, I'm not going anywhere. So yeah, perfect. That's really good. So yeah, all in all good. So I think we'll end it here for today. This has been quite a long video with all the bag stuff and everything, and we will come back probably later this week when the exhaust turns up and a few little trick bits turn up, finish her off in her form for the winter, and probably take it out for a bit of a ride, which would be nice, and bed the exhaust in. Took the rear foot pegs off though, that's the only other thing, so I've got to get those as well this week, get some pegs for the rear passenger pegs. But yeah, so like and subscribe, please, it helps. Even if you don't like it, just like it, doesn't matter. Like, move on. Be really good. Hope you've enjoyed the build so far, and let's try and wrap it up and go from there. But thanks for watching.